a giant 8-inch. We are maxed out on the backwaters of Mississippi next to a weed line, deep weed line. Look at that, jumbo perch. So this time out, we were on the backwaters of the Mississippi River, and we found a weed bed. And we fished right next to that weed bed, hoping we could find some bigger yellow perch. And we had a day of going after big jumbo perch in a weed bed right next to it on the weed line. And they really, in the afternoon, moved really tight into them weeds, where we literally started pushing everything right against, as hugging that weed line as we possibly could. And we had a day and a new PB. All right, we're out looking for perch. Bluegills were kind of in the same spot where we were last week, but we moved down a lot, all the way down. We're right on a weed's edge. But according to this is 6 feet of water wherever I go in here, and I'm trying to find a drop off. So if them weeds are as high up in the water column as, you know, like during the summer, if they grow up, or maybe even in them weeds, maybe it shallows up real quick. Either way, this is a good spot, I think. If the weeds are that deep, that could hold a lot of fish. But if that's a lump, this is a very sharp drop off. Because I tried to drill right next to the weeds, and then I was drilling right in the weeds, so couldn't really see how deep it is in them weeds, because I don't want to get my drill bit, my blades on there dull. Trying to find that drop off. All right, you can't see it because the camera won't pick it up, but we're above 6 feet finally, so we're finding that drop off where it starts going up, but we're right next to this weed bed. So let's get set up and see what's going on right in here. First perch, a little bit small. I'll measure them, I guess. And that one ain't even nowhere close to 9. All right, we had a bunch of bites on the tip downs, and this ginormous bit, after we lost like 2 to 3 of them, they all of a sudden just started hammering on the tip downs just out of the blue. Look at that tank. It's got to be a 12. That is a tank of a perch right there on a rosy. Probably just going to use that same bait, see if they hit dead ones. That's a tank. On the tip down here, rosy, tiny little one. Couldn't even get to measuring this big guy over here yet. Let's see here. Tail, probably 11 and a half. Jumbo right there. Tip downs are getting hit like crazy. All right, just this one came on a tip down again. A lot of people outside my shack here. It's the weekend. Warm weather is showing up. This next week is going to be up in the 50s all week. Ice might go away. They're talking even 60s maybe. But there's a nice male. This one ain't filled with eggs, so I believe it's a male. That's a nice one. Look at that. So I think that's a 9 or 10. I've been going around in my tackle box because they ain't biting. Hundreds and hundreds of bluegills down there. But I'm using a little orange forage minnow jig. And the water kind of bounces, it's supposed to make like a tiny little minnow or something. And it worked. I think that's an eater size perch right there. Unfortunately, it's too small. It's under 9, so this one goes back. We thought that one I caught earlier was nice. This one might be an eater. Might be. So I'm gonna measure it. Got it on that orange jig. Trying to match what a rosy looks like, maybe. Using wax worms on there. Right, almost right at 9. Almost right at 9. Another keeper. Head on our smallest keeper today. That's what I'm using, looks like. Another perch. Probably another 9-incher. We'll go measure it. 8.5, too small, so this one goes back. And there we go, another jumbo. I think they're in them weeds right over there. Another jumbo on the tip down. This one's right over 11 or 10.5. Hopefully this is another perch on the jigging pole here. Feels good. Oh yeah. Oh, this is. Look at that. Oh. Alright, we're gonna measure this one. Look at that. There we go. That is a jumbo. That's our biggest one today. Tip downs kind of got quiet because we got in that noon hour. Look at that beast. There we go. That's what we're looking for right there. Alright. Right at 12. Right at 12. Look at that. Man, oh man. Now for the ones that were saying that they wanted to see more perch on our Facebook page when we asked what you guys wanted to see, this video's for you. We're after jumbo perch. We found them on the edge of a weed line. Oh yeah. Hopefully it turns on again this afternoon. We're around noon and it really kind of died down, but apparently the big ones bite at noon. Usually that doesn't happen, so don't think that. Alright, that's probably a 10-inch or 9-inch. Another this was on the tip down, had a little bass. I don't know what time it is, around noon. That much I know. Alright, look at that. Another jumbo on the tip down outside. That one's not the biggest jumbo, but another jumbo. Look at that. Tip up there, smashing the little ones. It's 1:30, and ever for about a whole half an hour, all we've been getting is small ones. That's a good thing. You didn't eat it completely. That's a northern. Cut it right in half. There's another jumbo perch on the tip down outside. There's people everywhere. The weekend, people everywhere. Underwater camera hasn't been anything on the Vexlar or underwater camera this afternoon. It's been really quiet. Everything's been on the tip downs. Look at that. 11-incher. I measured it. Another keeper. Tip down. We're at 10 yellow perch. We might just max out before nightfall on jumbo perch. Most of them are jumbos, a couple small ones. Late ice has started. And it's gonna probably end real quick too. Too small, right under that 9-inch. That tip down, right next to that weed line. That guy has been catching them like crazy. Alright, and there is a keeper. Right over 10, around 10. Look at that one. On the tip down out there. That green pole just been slaying them. Well, number 12 on the farthest tip down. I moved that other tip down closer to the weeds. They just seem to be in the weeds. That's another jumbo. Another big jumbo. Tip downs. Rosies, regular minnows, doesn't matter. Look at that. Backwaters of the Mississippi River. Another one. Afternoon bite after 3 o'clock. It's like after 4 o'clock now. Boom. Just need one more. I'm maxed out and this video ends. Awesome late ice action on a weed bed right on the edge of it. Deep weeds. Alright, and there's our last one. We are maxed out on the backwaters of Mississippi next to a drop off, or next to a weed line, deep weed line. Look at that. Jumbo perch. And there's another nice jumbo perch on the tip downs, of course. Alright. That's it for today. Maxed out. Well, that's it. Picture inserted of new personal best now. Last tip up when we were cleaning up, or tip down while we were cleaning up. Also went down. Last thing to pick up. Good thing we left that in. Get out there and do some ice fishing before it goes bye-bye.